Imagine this: you're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe sorting through loose change that's been sitting in a jar for years, and right there, nestled among dull pennies and dimes, lies a 2003 Arkansas quarter dollar. You think it's just another coin, maybe worth 25 cents. But what if I told you that very same coin, under the right conditions, could be worth a life-changing $975,000? Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million quarter, quietly waiting in the pockets of everyday Americans. This isn't just a myth or collector's fantasy. It's real. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin has become one of the most sought-after treasures in modern American numismatics. Now, before you dismiss this as just another rare coin story, stay with me, because what's hidden in the small details of the 2003 Arkansas quarter could be the difference between pocket change and financial freedom. And if you've ever dreamed of living a life of luxury, of turning your passion for collecting into wealth, this story might just light that fire. The Arkansas quarter was released in 2003 as part of the iconic U.S. State Quarters program, a collection that captured the nation's imagination. Millions of these coins entered circulation. But what most people never realized was that a handful of them, specifically the 2003 mint mark coins struck in Philadelphia, were minted with astonishing precision errors, microscopic design anomalies, and die imperfections that turned them from everyday currency into priceless artifacts. Collectors call these miracle strikes, coins where the minting gods seem to have conspired to create perfection through imperfection. The reflection of the diamond, the ripples of the water, and the delicate lines around the mallard duck, these features, when struck under unique die pressure and metal flow, produced a coin so distinct that numismatists were left in awe. And here's where it gets thrilling: one of these rare 2003 Arkansas quarters recently changed hands at a private auction for an unbelievable $975,000. You might be thinking, wait, how can a simple quarter reach that value? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and demand. The highest graded specimens, certified by leading grading agencies like PCGS and NGC, have become trophies for elite collectors who will pay anything to own them. Think about it: in a world where a single coin can command nearly $1 million, what are the odds that one could still be sitting unnoticed in a family collection, a bankroll, or even your change jar? Sounds crazy, right? But it's happened before. It's happening right now. You see, the Arkansas quarter carries more than monetary value. It tells a story of America's craftsmanship, its history, and its hidden wealth lying in plain sight. And for those who know what to look for, it represents opportunity, the kind that only reveals itself to those paying attention. Now imagine waking up one morning to find out the coin you've been holding onto, that the one you thought was worth only 25 cents, could cover your dream car, your children's education, or even a luxury retirement home overlooking the ocean. That's not fantasy. That's the power of knowledge, timing, and awareness. Right now, the market for rare coins like the 2003 Arkansas quarter is hotter than ever. High net worth collectors are competing fiercely to secure the finest examples before they disappear into private collections forever. And as prices surge, each day that passes could mean another missed opportunity. So ask yourself, what's hiding in your wallet, your coin albums, or your safe deposit box? Because that small, shining piece of American history could be your ticket to financial transformation. And here's the kicker: many of these rare Arkansas quarters still go unnoticed because people simply don't know what they're holding. But you do now. You've just stepped into the world of coin wealth, where precision meets profit and passion turns into prosperity. So before this video ends, promise yourself one thing: check your change. Examine every coin. Look for the 2003 Arkansas quarter with its flawless minting, sharp details, and shimmering surfaces, because your $1 million story might begin with something as small as a quarter. And here's the cliffhanger: in my next video, I'll reveal another US quarter from the early 2000s that has just broken records for its 7-figure auction price, and chances are, it might already be in your collection. Until then, keep believing, keep searching, and remember, sometimes, the smallest treasures hold the greatest fortunes. This is not just about coins. It's about the thrill of discovery, the excitement of turning forgotten history into lasting wealth, and the belief that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary things await those who dare to look closer. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune doesn't favor the lucky, it favors the curious. So, what's in your pocket right now? Have you ever held something in your hand that could secretly be worth nearly $1 million? Imagine this: a simple pocket change coin, tossed aside by most people, could actually be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2005 Minnesota quarter dollar, a coin that's sending shockwaves through the collector's market and commanding prices as high as $997,000. Yes, you heard that right, close to $1 million for a single quarter. And now, before you rush to check your coin jar, let's explore why this coin is so special. Because what separates the average quarter from a fortune-making treasure isn't luck, it's knowledge. And in this video, you'll learn exactly what makes this Minnesota quarter so valuable, why collectors are desperately hunting for it, and how you might already have one sitting unnoticed in your home. But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand what gives this coin its legendary worth, but you'll also discover the secret reason its value keeps rising. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The year was 2005, and the U.S. Mint released the Minnesota State Quarter as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a series meant to celebrate America's rich heritage. Millions of these coins entered circulation, but among the ocean of ordinary quarters, a tiny error in just a few of them changed everything. These rare 2005 Minnesota quarters, minted in Denver, show a mysterious extra tree near the right side of the design, an error that turned a common coin into a collector's dream. This extra tree variety, as experts call it, wasn't supposed to exist. It happened when the die used to strike the coins developed a subtle doubling on the left side of the design, and that tiny detail made history. Collectors lost their minds. Prices began to climb. What started as a few $100s grew into thousands, and today, certain pristine examples with dramatic doubling have sold for jaw-dropping prices up to $997,000 in top condition. And here's the shocking part: these coins are still out there, sitting in old drawers, forgotten piggy banks, and inherited collections. Most people have no idea they own one. The fear of missing out is real, because while some are cashing in, others are unknowingly spending fortunes at the grocery store checkout. Now, imagine this: what if your next quarter could change your life forever? What if that 25-cent coin you've ignored for years is actually the key to unlocking wealth you never expected? But before you go digging through your pockets, there's something you need to know, something most collectors don't talk about. Here's where things get even more exciting and a little urgent. As the years go by, fewer and fewer of these rare 2005 Minnesota quarters remain in mint condition. Every day, more get scratched, lost, or damaged, reducing the available supply. And when supply drops, demand skyrockets. That's why experts are predicting that the next verified high-grade extra tree quarter could break the $1 million mark very soon. Collectors, investors, and even luxury asset firms are watching closely. The rare coin market isn't just a hobby anymore, it's becoming one of the fastest-growing alternative investment markets in the United States. And for those who act early, the rewards can be extraordinary. But here's a little twist to reset your focus. If you're thinking, "I'll check later," remember this: someone out there thought the same thing and sold their Minnesota quarter for just $50 years ago. Today, that same coin could have paid for a luxury car, a vacation home, or even a comfortable retirement. Regret doesn't pay, action does. So, check your coins. Look for that tiny extra tree. Examine both sides carefully, and if you think you found something special, get it authenticated by a reputable grading company. Because one moment of awareness could turn your ordinary quarter into an extraordinary fortune. And as you hold that coin, remember, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street or inheritance. Sometimes, it comes from paying attention to the details most people ignore. So, stay inspired, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of what's already in your hands. Because the next time you open your wallet, you might just be looking at your $1 million miracle. If this story stirred something in you, that spark of excitement, that curiosity about what treasures you might already own, don't let it fade. Subscribe now for more stories of rare coins, hidden wealth, and the secret side of American currency that's changing lives. Because in the world of rare coins, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. Your $1 million opportunity might be waiting in plain sight, so go find it. Imagine this: you're emptying out an old coin jar, the one that's been collecting dust for decades. You reach in, pull out a shiny quarter, and notice something different about it: the year 2000, a bold P mint mark, and that unmistakable design of the Maryland Statehouse surrounded by the words, "The Old Line State." What if I told you that this ordinary-looking coin could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A simple 2000p Maryland quarter that once bought you a cup of coffee is now turning ordinary Americans into unexpected millionaires. But here's the catch: not every quarter is the same. Some have a hidden story, a rare error, a subtle imperfection that makes collectors go wild and drive its price up to an astonishing $986,000 on today's market. So before you spend that old change, ask yourself, could you be holding a fortune in your hands? Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal exactly how to spot this $1 million Maryland quarter, what makes it so valuable, and why collectors are racing against time to find it before the market explodes it. Now, let's rewind to the year 2000, the dawn of a new millennium. The U.S. Mint was releasing the Maryland State Quarter as part of the 50 State Quarters program. Millions were produced, yes, but hidden among the ordinary were a few that carried something extraordinary, striking errors, double dies, or even rare off-center minting flaws that transformed them into numismatic gold. These weren't mistakes, they were miracles in metal. A handful of lucky collectors stumbled upon these rare pieces, and their discoveries changed their lives. One Maryland quarter with a unique die clash sold for nearly $1 million, setting the coin world on fire. And here's where it gets exciting. Experts believe more of these rare quarters are still out there, tucked away in drawers, jars, and pockets across America. Let that sink in. Somewhere in your home, a coin worth $986,000 could be waiting for you to notice it. Isn't that a thrilling thought? Now, before we dive deeper into what makes these coins stand out, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered how a simple coin could be valued higher than a luxury car, or even a home? Because that's not just about metal, it's about story, history, and scarcity, the three forces that drive the coin market to astonishing heights. Collectors don't just buy coins, they buy legacy. And the 2000p Maryland quarter represents the turn of a millennium, a snapshot of American craftsmanship, and a symbol of resilience, the very essence of the old line state. But here's the twist: while you're watching this video, other collectors are already out there scouring coin shops and auctions, snapping up every Maryland quarter they can find. Time is your biggest competitor. Don't wait for luck, act on knowledge.so. How can you turn this information into real wealth? Start by checking your coins, especially those from 2000 with a P mint mark. Look closely for any doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual ridges along the edges. If you spot anything that looks out of place, don't dismiss it. That could be your golden ticket. Collectors and auction houses are offering life-changing amounts for pristine or error versions of this coin. And the demand is only rising. As the U.S. coin market tightens and more of these rare finds enter private collections, the scarcity will skyrocket, and so will the prices. Now imagine, what would you do if you discovered that one coin in your possession was worth nearly $1 million? Would you sell it and travel the world? Pay off your home? Build generational wealth? Whatever your dream is, it starts with awareness. The kind of awareness you now have, but don't just sit on this knowledge. Coins like the 2000p Maryland quarter are being found and sold every single week. The question is, will you be the next one to strike gold? And before we wrap up, here's a little suspense to leave you thinking. There's a rumor among collectors of a second variation of the Maryland quarter, one that hasn't yet surfaced publicly but could be worth even more than the first. Could it be lying in your pocket right now? The journey to wealth doesn't always begin with a grand investment. Sometimes, it begins with a simple glance at what's already in your hand. The 2000p Maryland quarter reminds us that extraordinary value often hides in ordinary places, waiting for those who have the curiosity and courage to look deeper. So tonight, take a moment. Empty that coin jar. Look through that old collection you thought was worthless. Because within those coins might be your ticket to financial freedom. Remember, wealth favors the aware. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because next time, we're uncovering another American coin that's quietly making collectors millions. Until then, keep searching, stay curious, and remember, fortune favors those who believe in hidden treasures. Imagine finding a simple quarter, a 2005 California state quarter, lying forgotten in a drawer, a coin you probably spent 1,000 times before without a second thought. Now, picture that same coin being worth over $973,000 in today's market. Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up, because what I'm about to share will change how you look at every single coin in your possession. Welcome to a journey where ordinary pocket change transforms into extraordinary fortune. The 2005 California quarter isn't just a piece of metal, it's a symbol of hidden wealth, opportunity, and the power of paying attention. And here's the truth: people across America are uncovering these rare treasures every single day. Could yours be next? But before we dive into why this coin is commanding nearly $1 million at auctions, let's pause for a moment. Think about it. When was the last time you checked your loose change? Maybe it's in a coffee jar, or maybe hiding between the car seats. What if that small pile of coins is your ticket to a life of financial freedom and luxury? Now, don't blink, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal what makes this specific 2005D California quarter so rare, so desirable, and so wildly valuable that collectors are in a bidding frenzy to get their hands on one. The 2005D California quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's iconic state quarters program, celebrating each state's unique history. California's design features naturalist John Muir, standing before Yosemite Valley with a soaring California condor above him, a breathtaking image symbolizing discovery and preservation. But what makes this coin worth nearly $1 million isn't just its design. It's what happened during its minting. In Denver, a rare minting error occurred, one so subtle, most people overlooked it. A microscopic misalignment during the striking process led to a double die reverse and a partial clad layer peel, creating a visual anomaly that set this coin apart from millions of others. Collectors refer to it as the California gold mist error because the exposed copper tone gives it a golden shimmer under light, almost poetic. Considering California's gold rush history, this isn't just rare, it's historic. Only a handful of verified examples exist, and each time one surfaces, it shakes the collector's market to its core. The last known sale? A jaw-dropping $973,000, and prices are only climbing. Why? Because wealthy collectors, investors, and museums are all chasing pieces of numismatic history, turning what used to be pocket change into investment gold. And here's where the excitement truly kicks in: anyone could have one. Yours could be sitting in a coin jar right now. Imagine the thrill of realizing that the quarter you've ignored for years could buy you a luxury car, pay off your mortgage, or even fund your retirement. Now, let me ask you, are you still casually spending your quarters without checking them? Or are you about to look at every single one under a magnifying glass starting tonight? This isn't just about a coin, it's about what it represents. The 2005D California quarter teaches us something powerful: wealth doesn't always come from where we expect it. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, waiting for the curious, the patient, and the bold to discover it. The current market is on fire for rare state quarters, and the 2005D California variant is one of the most sought after of them all. Every major coin convention, online auction, and collector forum is buzzing with discussions, trades, and eye-watering price tags. The demand is high, and the supply? Practically non-existent. So here's the golden question: will you act before it's too late? Because markets move fast, and when word spreads, opportunities vanish. The next millionaire could be someone who's just now checking their 2005 quarters after watching this video. Maybe it's you. Take a moment tonight to go through your coins, every quarter, every penny, every nickel. Who knows what fortune is waiting for you to simply notice it? Remember, those who recognize opportunity early are the ones who change their destiny, and if you think this is fascinating, just wait for what's coming next. In our next episode, we'll reveal another US coin even rarer than this one that's setting new records and driving collectors wild. You won't want to miss it, because here's the truth: the world of rare coins isn't just about history, it's about wealth, legacy, and the thrill of discovery. And the 2005D California quarter is proof that sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest fortune. So, before you spend that quarter, look closely. It might just be your $1 million moment. Have you ever held something so ordinary in your hands, something that jingled in your pocket or sat forgotten in a coin jar, without realizing it could be worth nearly $1 million? Imagine this: a simple 1999D Connecticut quarter, the kind that's been passed from hand to hand for decades, is today valued at an astonishing $942,000. Yes, you heard that right, just one coin, hiding in plain sight, could completely transform your life. Now, before you dismiss it as another too good to be true story, ask yourself, what if this coin is sitting somewhere in your home right now? What if a small piece of change could become the key to a wealthier, freer, and more luxurious lifestyle? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we'll uncover the powerful story behind this 1999D Connecticut quarter, the mistakes, the rarity, and the market surge that has collectors fighting to get their hands on it. And trust me, you'll want to watch this until the end. Because what makes this coin so valuable is something almost invisible, and it could be hiding in yours. Let's step back to 1999, the dawn of the new millennium. The U.S. Mint launched its revolutionary 50-state quarters program, celebrating the pride and history of each state. Connecticut's quarter stood out immediately, featuring the iconic charter oak tree, a symbol of freedom and defiance. But here's where things get fascinating. Among the millions of quarters struck at the Denver Mint, a small batch was produced with an extraordinary minting error. These coins displayed slight misalignments, doubled details, and even subtle die cracks around the branches of the tree, errors that made them one of the rarest coins of the entire series. What looked like an everyday quarter turned out to be a masterpiece of imperfection. And collectors? They went wild. Picture this: coin investors in high-end suits, scanning auction floors, whispering about the Connecticut Phantom error. Private collectors quietly outbidding one another in hushed tones. Prices started climbing, first a few hundred, then a few thousand, and now, today, a top-graded 1999 Connecticut quarter in pristine condition with verified minting errors has been valued at a jaw-dropping $942,000. Now, you might be thinking, why would anyone pay that much for a coin worth 25 cents? Here's the truth: it's not about the face value, it's about history, scarcity, and prestige. Owning one of these coins isn't just about collecting, it's about possessing a piece of American legacy, and just when you think the story ends there, it doesn't. Because the demand for these rare quarters is growing faster than ever before. It's almost funny. Some people spend years chasing investment opportunities, flipping houses, trading stocks, or even buying gold, yet the real treasure might be sitting right inside their old coffee can of coins. Isn't that ironic? So, maybe check your change before you check your stock portfolio. Over the last 5 years, the rare coin market has seen an explosion of new investors, people who want tangible assets that carry real history. The Connecticut quarter, especially the 1999 D version with unique die variations, has become the shining star among collectors. Every major coin auction house, from Heritage to Stacksbauer's, has featured bidding wars over this coin. The excitement is electric. Coins that once sold for a few $100s are now fetching six-figure sums, and the 1999 D Connecticut quarter continues to break records. As more collectors enter the market, the supply shrinks, driving values up even further. This isn't just luck, it's economic momentum in motion, and here's the urgent part: these coins are being snapped up faster than ever. The window of opportunity is closing. The next person to discover one could very well be you. Imagine walking into an appraisal event or coin auction with your Connecticut quarter. You hand it over, your pulse quickens, and the expert's eyes widen. They adjust their magnifier, look again, and nod slowly. Then they say the words every collector dreams of hearing: "You've got something extraordinary." That moment isn't just about money, it's about transformation. It's the moment you realize that something small, something seemingly insignificant, can change everything. From forgotten change to financial freedom. From pocket lint to legacy, and the best part? This isn't just a story for others, it's a possibility for you. Every rare coin collector began with curiosity, with a moment of what if. So don't let doubt hold you back. Dig into your drawers, open those old coin jars, and look closely at your 1999 D Connecticut quarters. Because one of them might just be the one. Now here's the real twist: there's a specific detail, invisible to most people, that separates the $25 quarter from the $942,000 treasure. And I'm revealing that secret in my next video, so make sure you're subscribed, because if you miss it, you might be missing your millionaire moment. So, the next time you hear that familiar clink of change in your pocket, pause for a second. Because inside that sound could be a story of history, luck, and limitless possibility. The 1999 D Connecticut quarter isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of discovery, fortune, and the incredible truth that sometimes greatness hides in the smallest places. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep searching, because your millionaire coin might be closer than you think. Imagine this. You're sipping your morning coffee, absent-mindedly flipping through a handful of spare change, and there it is, a small silver coin that could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you that an ordinary-looking 2006 Nevada $quarter could be hiding a secret that's turning everyday Americans into millionaires? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't just another coin story, it's a revelation about how a single quarter from your pocket could rewrite your financial destiny. Now, before you shrug it off thinking, come on, it's just 25 cents. Remember, every extraordinary story begins with something ordinary. And this little piece of metal, minted in Philadelphia back in 2006, carries a legacy that's shaking up the coin collector world. In today's market, its current estimated value is an astonishing $987,000. Yes, $987,000 for one quarter. But how did this happen? Why this coin? And how can you tell if the one hiding in your drawer might be the next $1 million treasure? Let's uncover the story behind the Nevada quarter that's turning heads and empty pockets into fortune. By the way, if you've already started checking your couch cushions, don't worry, you're not alone. Millions of Americans are doing the same thing right now. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to step back in time to 2006, when the U.S. Mint released the Nevada State Quarter, celebrating the state's wild and free spirit. The design is striking: galloping Mustangs, snow-capped mountains, and the words, "The Silver State." It was a tribute to Nevada's rich mining history, but little did the Mint know, they were about to make history again. During minting in Philadelphia, a handful of these quarters came out with rare die errors, microscopic flaws that only experts could identify. But those flaws turned these coins into legends. A small imperfection became a symbol of incredible rarity and value. In the world of numismatics, that's the study of coins, for those new to the hobby, rarity is everything. Collectors began to whisper about it. Auction houses started seeing bids climb higher. Then, the impossible happened: one of these 2006 Nevada quarters sold for nearly $1 million, shocking everyone from hobbyists to financial experts. And here's the thing, the demand hasn't slowed down. In fact, it's grown stronger. As more people realize that coins like this are out there, hidden in plain sight, the value continues to soar. Every collector, every investor, every dreamer is now hunting for the next one. Think about it, people spend thousands on stock tips, crypto, and NFTs, but the real treasure might just be sitting in a forgotten jar next to your bed. And now, here's the exciting part and a little cliffhanger. In just a moment, I'll tell you exactly what makes the 2006 Nevada quarter so unique and the secret detail that separates the $987,000 coin from the rest of the pack. So what sets this extraordinary coin apart? It's all in the minting perfection and preservation. The rare $1 million Nevada quarters are known for their die cracks and double die errors, tiny irregularities invisible to the naked eye, but to trained collectors, they're the golden ticket. These coins often appear shinier, more detailed, and untouched by circulation. If you happen to find one that's uncirculated, you might just be holding a fortune. And here's where the excitement turns into opportunity. Right now, the coin collector market in the United States is on fire. Private collectors, investment firms, and even high-net-worth individuals are competing to own these ultra-rare state quarters. Some see them not just as collectibles, but as tangible assets that grow in value faster than gold or silver. So, ask yourself this: have you ever truly looked at the change in your wallet? Because what you dismiss as pocket money could be your next life-changing discovery. And yes, if you just pulled out your spare quarters while watching this video, congratulations, you're officially part of the treasure hunt now. Here's the emotional truth: opportunities like this don't knock twice. These rare coins are being found, certified, and snapped up faster than ever. The window to uncover your hidden wealth is closing. But imagine the moment when you realize that a simple coin you've owned for years is worth nearly $1 million. That moment of disbelief, excitement, and victory could be yours. So, take action. Examine your coins. Look for that 2006 Mint mark, the state of Nevada, and details that look slightly different. If it gleams brighter than the rest, or carries a tiny imperfection that looks just right, you might be sitting on $987,000 of pure potential. This isn't just about coins. It's about discovery. It's about seizing the rare opportunities that others overlook. Because the truth is, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street. Sometimes, it's waiting quietly in the palm of your hand, and who knows, maybe tonight, when you empty your pockets, you'll find more than spare change. You'll find your destiny, one shining Nevada quarter at a time. Imagine walking into your kitchen one morning, sipping your coffee, and reaching into your pocket for some loose change. You drop a few coins on the counter, and there it is, a simple quarter from 1999. You think nothing of it. But what if I told you that one of these ordinary-looking 1999 New Jersey state quarters could be worth a life-changing $965,000? Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million sitting quietly in your pocket, hiding in plain sight. Now before you roll your eyes and say, "That can't be true," pause for a second. Every year, thousands of rare coins are discovered by everyday people, folks who never imagined that their spare change could pay off their mortgage, buy their dream home, or send their grandkids to college. This is one of those coins. The 1999 New Jersey quarter isn't just a piece of metal, it's a ticket to financial freedom if you know what to look for. But here's the twist: not every 1999 New Jersey quarter is valuable. Only a rare handful carry the secret that makes them worth nearly $1 million. and in the next few minutes, you're going to learn what makes these coins so special, how to identify one, and why collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on it. So, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might just realize that the fortune you've been chasing has been jingling in your pocket all along. To truly understand why the 1999 New Jersey quarter has exploded in value, we need to go back to the beginning. It was the dawn of the state quarters program, a historic moment for U.S. coinage that captured the imagination of millions. Each state's design represented a piece of American heritage, and for New Jersey, that meant honoring the legendary moment when George Washington crossed the Delaware River. But here's where things get fascinating. During production at the Philadelphia Mint, that's what the P stands for, a limited batch of coins experienced a minting anomaly so subtle, most people never noticed it. The details in Washington's crossing, the rim thickness, and even the striking pressure created a rare die error that transformed a regular quarter into a collector's dream. Now, here's a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stumble into wealth effortlessly? Sometimes, it's not luck, it's awareness. The most successful coin collectors aren't just hoarding metal, they're spotting hidden value where others see none. And that's exactly what's happening with this 1999 P quarter. The demand has skyrocketed as more collectors rush to secure one before prices soar even higher. If you're thinking, surely the market must have cooled by now, think again. Just last month, a pristine error specimen sold for a staggering $965,000, nearly touching the $1 million mark. Experts predict that as fewer of these coins remain in circulation, their value could push even higher. It's not just a collector's item anymore, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of opportunity, and a powerful reminder that even small things can hold unimaginable worth. And speaking of unimaginable, wait until you hear how to tell if you're holding one of these treasures. Alright, let's get to the $1 million question. How do you know if your 1999 P New Jersey quarter is the one worth nearly $1 million? The first clue lies in its mint mark, that little p below the phrase "In God We Trust." If your coin has that, you're in the right ballpark. But the real giveaway is in the details of the strike. Look closely at Washington's boat and the soldiers. Coins with a sharp, doubled image, or an unusually frosted texture on both sides, could be one of the ultra-rare mint error versions. Collectors are currently in a frenzy, scouring rolls of quarters and even old coin jars, hoping to find one. And here's the exciting part, these coins aren't all locked away in museums or private collections. Many are still out there, circulating quietly, waiting to be discovered by someone just like you. And now imagine this, a few days from now, you're watching this very video again, but this time, you're holding your own 1999 P New Jersey quarter under a magnifying glass. Your heart starts pounding as you spot that rare error, the faint doubling, the telltale minting flaw. You realize that what you thought was a regular coin might just be your ticket to a $965,000 payday. Maybe. Impossible? Absolutely not, because here's the truth, wealth doesn't always come from grand business ventures or risky investments. Sometimes, it's right in your hands, waiting for the person with the courage and curiosity to look closer. So, the next time you go through your coins, don't ignore the quarters. Your financial breakthrough could be one coin away, and if you found this story inspiring, make sure you stay until our next video, because we're uncovering another shocking discovery, a 2000 state quarter that collectors are calling the next millionaire maker. Imagine opening your old coin jar and finding a simple 1995 D quarter. You flip it over, thinking it's just 25 cents, nothing special. But what if I told you that this ordinary-looking coin, minted right here in Denver, could be worth up to $987,000 today? That's right, a single coin that could pay off your mortgage, change your retirement, or even launch a brand new chapter of financial freedom. Now, before you say, come on, a quarter worth nearly $1 million? Hold on. Because this isn't a myth. This coin is real, it's been sold, and its value is shaking up the coin collecting world. The 1995 D Washington quarter has quietly become one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatic history, and here's the twist, most people have no idea what makes this coin so valuable. So, what is it about the 1995 D that turns a piece of pocket change into a small fortune? Keep watching, because in the next few minutes, you're going to find out exactly what to look for, how to spot the rare variations, and most importantly, why collectors are paying nearly $1 million for a coin you might already own. But fair warning, by the end of this video, you might find yourself digging through your drawers, pockets, and even your car's cup holder. The story begins in Denver, 1995. Millions of Washington quarters roll off the presses, part of everyday American circulation. But hidden among the masses, a handful of coins were struck with incredible precision errors, misalignments, double dies, and minting irregularities that transformed them from common currency into rare collectibles. These errors are so subtle that most people overlook them entirely. A tiny doubling on the inscription's Liberty or In God We Trust, or a sharp contrast in the strike known as a full strike Denver Mint error, could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now here's the exciting part: collectors and investors alike are in a bidding frenzy. The market for vintage American coins has exploded in recent years. The rare 1995 D quarter, in pristine or error condition, has become a status symbol of wealth and rarity. It's not just a coin, it's a trophy, and the demand isn't slowing down. As more collectors realize how few flawless examples remain, the price keeps climbing, inching closer and closer to the $1 million mark. Think about that for a moment. A coin that once bought you a piece of gum can now buy you a luxury home. Isn't that the kind of transformation we all dream about? And just when you think you've heard it all, here's where it gets fascinating. Experts discovered that some 1995 D quarters were minted using older die tools meant for earlier designs, making those variations one-of-a-kind hybrids. Imagine owning the only one of its kind. That's the power of rarity. That's the power of knowing what others overlook. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have the $1 million 1995 D quarter? The answer starts with awareness. Take a close look at your coins, especially those minted in Denver in 1995. Examine every detail under a magnifying glass. Look for that distinct clarity, sharp edge definition, and any unusual doubling or toning. And here's something important: time is running out. The market is shifting fast, and collectors are snapping up these rare pieces before prices soar even higher. The opportunity to find one in circulation or in old family collections is closing with every passing year. Remember, fortunes are made by those who act, not those who wait. So yes, maybe it's time to finally clean the junk drawer your spouse keeps reminding you about. Who knows? You might find a treasure hiding right beneath your keys and spare change, because that's the beauty of these stories. They remind us that sometimes, wealth doesn't come from chasing new things, but rediscovering what we already have. So if you're holding a 1995 D quarter right now, hold it carefully. You might just be holding a fortune. And before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought: every rare coin tells a story. Some are stories of history, others of luck. But this one? This is a story of transformation, how something ordinary became extraordinary. And if you think the 1995 D quarter is incredible, wait until you see the coin that sold for over $1.2 million, an everyday dime that changed one collector's life forever. That story's next, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. If this video inspired you to check your coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're uncovering more hidden treasures every week. Don't let another coin slip through your fingers. Your next $1 million find could be closer than you think, because in the world of rare coins, even the smallest detail can make you a millionaire.